Okay, so we are going to start the class. Only 14 students, hopefully more to join. So first thing, you need to visit this website, okay? Just write this website name in the browser and you check this one, my name, okay? And you see here the courses. Actually, if you click their courses and if you find your class, like fisheries information system, in fact, you do not find any Excel file. But what you have to do, that's you need to go and visit this page, the management information system page. You write down the management information system page, okay? This one, management information system. And then you download a practice file, and that is called not this one, Excel for practice access, not this one, that is the exam file. Actually, you cannot open it because it is a password protected, but this is, you can open it. This is the Excel format, okay? I'm assuming that you all already watch my YouTube tutorial and practice at home. So therefore, I'm holding this session that if you have any question and concern regarding your practice or regarding this MS Access, we will fix it. However, at the first part of the class, I would going to show you quickly that what you have to do during that exam, in fact. So the first thing, through this website, I will share the exam file like this, okay? Exam Lab Excel or Exam Lab for Access, something like that. And then you need to download this file, Excel for practice or Excel for access exam, something. The name will be something like that. I will tell you during the class or during the exam. So you need to download it. In fact, I have already downloaded the file. Okay, so if you download it, it will be download in your download folder. Just find that folder and open the folder. And thereafter, you will find a single page, single Google Excel sheet, but there will be different pages. Okay, you know that in Google, in Excel, we have multiple pages possible. So here you see that multiple pages. So that is the first one is called the student information page, and second one customer information page, and last one payment information page. And there will be a fourth page. And in the fourth page, whenever you click, you will find the questions, in fact. Okay, so the first principle is your row, the row should contain that field information. I already mentioned you what is the field information. You know that in MS Access, in each table, there will be field. So we said that row means field, sorry, column means fields and row means record. Okay, so in case of you import, that's what we are going to do, that we try to import the data from Excel to Access, input data from Excel to Access. Okay, so first the criteria will be that your first row of this Excel should be that field name, in fact. Okay, so you have to check the all field name, customer info, payment info, all are good, no problem. But by any chance, if you find something like that, like if you find something, some space between the two letters, you have to delete that space, because we already said that for the field name, there will be no space between two letters, in fact. Okay, for the field name, all should be the same. Okay, there will be no space, mind it. Okay, so once you see that your Excel file is okay, then what you need to do, you need to open a Access. So you can click here, right button, new Access, or maybe you can find the access program, just finding your program file like a start button, and then you can find access. But I can use this one, access file, and writing fisheries information system access practice. But for your case, you need to write down your name and your ID, okay, for your case, in fact. So like your name is Mahbub, you can write Mahbub underscore, then your ID or registration number, whatever you said. Sorry for the sound and noise. And then you just open it. And therefore you will find that empty space. And what you need to do, you need to go for enable content. And then you need to find the external data. And in case of external data, you will not find any export file because you will only find the import. So you can go for the input or import, sorry, and then browse the file. For this file, I know this file is in the download folder. So I need to browse to the download folder. Downloads. Let's find the file. I need to check this file name. The file name is, cannot see. Okay, the file name is student info. I know that. So therefore need to find out the student info file. So many files we have, I mean, let's find, that is the student info. Here you see, that is student info. So you click student info and and click open. Okay. And that is the window. Here you see that student window, course info and the payment info. So right now the student info is checked, and therefore you can see all the information of the student info or related information of the student info or from the student info. So that's fine. So we pick the next one. And most important part that you need to check this box. So if this box is not checked, then here you see that the field name or like a first row, that will be counted as a data, but we do not want that this row is counted as a data or as the record. In fact, see the changes. If I just withdraw this tick, okay, that is student ID will be the number 1 and 101 will be the number 2. Let's see. And that will be difficult for you, okay? And that is a very, very important issue. You have to remember that you need to check this box. And once you check this box, the student ID will be separated from the data file, or the first row will be separated from the data file. So there you will have no problem to input, in fact. Okay, first row, then next. And here we will not change anything right now. Okay, here I'm asking that duplicate value, okay. I will do it manually. Next, here I have one change. If you assign access to add the primary key by its own, then access actually find a ID or add a ID column with your data set, in fact. But I do not want this because I want that student ID will be my primary key. And therefore I'm not choosing, I'm not allowing access to set the primary key by itself. Rather than I'm choosing either choose my own primary key or no primary key. But I would recommend that no primary key right now, because after I import, I will check the data, whether my data is okay or not. And thereafter I can assign that primary key. But if I assign the primary key here right now, then I have to withdraw the primary key once again if I want to change it. So better that you put the no primary key, because is there any duplicate value? If you put the choose on primary key, your input will not be complete. So better you put no primary key. Next, finish, load it to save, open this file, check whether the file is okay or not. I know the file is okay, but you have to check that whether there is any duplicate value, because this column we are going to assign as a primary key, and therefore there should not any duplicate value, in fact. Okay, like 101 should not be twice, or 102 should not be twice, or 103 should not be thrice, and triple times. And at the same time, if your information is not complete, you have to put the information, or you need to complete that information in your expected fields, in fact. And thereafter, you need to go to the home tab. And once you go to the home tab, you will find this view tab, important, in fact. So view tab, and you just click the view tab. Once you click the view tab, you will find the design view and datasheet view. So right now we are in the datasheet view. I already mentioned to you in the class that datasheet view is for the input the data, in fact. So if you want to input the data, you can input the data here, in fact. But I have to create the data. I mean, I need to assign the primary key, or I need to change the field if I need. So we have to find the design view. So once I find the design view, okay, you will find something like that. And be clear and be very, very careful that your field name or student ID should be number. Otherwise, you cannot assign it as primary key, in fact. Okay. So for me, it's fine. But for gender, it is a short text, but I can apply some lookup wizard. So in that case, we will find something in the drop-down menu. Right now, there is no drop-down menu, in fact. We have only 6 data. We might have more than 1,000 data. So better we go for the design view and apply the lookup wizard. And then we can type, I will type the value that I want, click next, and I can write male, female, not binary, or do not want to refer. Okay, next, finish. So then I can get a topic. Just a minute. It's asking save the data. Right now here you see, you will find the drop down menu very easily. And that's the benefit of this. Then you save the file, go to the design view. Right now keep your cursor on the student ID and assign this primary key. So normally the primary key you will find in the design tab. Okay, so once you click there, you will find the primary key. So after you put your cursor there, just put the primary key. That's it. Save it and then close. Do not close there. Do not close there. This is if you close there, the whole data set will be shut down or closed. If you want to shut down a particular tables, so you need to cross here. In fact, the little cross. Okay. Okay, then do the same thing. Find external data, access, browse. We know the file. Then okay, this time we will pick the customer info. Next, check is tick marks is already checked. Next, no primary key. Next, finish. Okay, check the file. I know there is no problem with the file. You need to check very carefully. So therefore, I'm just directly going to the design view and assign the primary key and save the button. And then close this one. And then I'm going to the third one, access, Excel, browse, student info, open, then find the payment info, put next, no primary key, next, finish. Check this one. Sorry, not this one, payment info. And this is the primary key, payment ID. You remember in our class we did a auto numbering, but this is not, you cannot apply the auto numbering because you have already some data. So once you have some data, you cannot apply the auto numbering, in fact. Okay. So then what you need to do, you can apply the number and make this payment ID as a primary key. At the same time, I would like to apply some lookup wizard for this part, like payment type. Therefore, I can get some drop-down menu. So therefore, I need to write somewhere that my payment type is cash, Visa card, Visa credit card, bank transfer, Master credit card, an Amex credit card. We need to write in a paper. We need to know it. And thereafter, we go to the design view, assign payment ID as a primary key. And for the payment type and the course fee, we need to change it to the currency. Amount paid in the currency. Due amount as the currency. And payment type as a lookup wizard. I type. First, I write cash. Then I write Visa credit card, Master credit card, Amex credit card, and maybe the last one was the bank transfer, like EFT. Okay, next, finish. And then save, some data no, yes, close, done. And thereafter we need to go find the relationship tab. So you find the relationship tab in database tools. If you click the database tools, you will find the relationship tab. Okay. And once you pick that relationship tab, you can add the table one after another like that. One more point, you can also drag the table into your workspace like that. Just hold and release here. Just hold, release here. Okay. And now I have multiple tables, in fact, so I need to delete someone. So say that I'm deleting it. So I'm just right click, hide, right click, hide, right click, hide. Now I have to make the relationship. Here you see that student ID, you can move it easily. And between the student ID and course ID or course information, no field are common. So you cannot make any relationship between these two. You cannot make any relationship between these two. Okay, because no field is common. So what I need to do, that I need to put this payment info in middle. Student info is there, and thereafter you see there that there is a student ID and student ID are the common, but this is the primary key. So your direction will be always from student ID to there is a little mistake. Your direction will be from, student ID to student ID. So your direction will be from here to there, in fact, okay? From primary key to secondary key. So what I need to do, I just need to hold this student ID, and then I'm holding my keys, holding my mouse, and releasing this mouse over this student ID. And once you release your student ID over the student ID, you will find that student ID and student ID. However, if you do something like that, student ID and release it to course ID and course fee, mistakenly, you will see something like that. And that is not right for your case. So what you need to do is student ID to student ID, release there, and ensure that inferential integrity, okay? And create, and therefore you will find something which is called that one-to-many relationship. That means one particular student, he has multiple payment ID. We have the multiple payment ID. Here you see that we have 5 students, but 5 students enroll the course multiple time. So they have a multiple payment ID, in fact, okay? So same thing could be happen in case of like, course ID. So you need to just hold this course ID and open it and release it over the course ID and just enforce it, and you will find that same thing. And that's the thing of how you can make this relationship. So this relationship is right now is okay. So you have to press the save button here or Control S and then close. So your first task is complete, means the first criteria of your exam is finished. You must have to finish that part. Okay, that's the first thing, in fact. And then you have to go to the create tab and you can run the query. So you can go to the create tab, find the query wizard. here is the query wizard. Okay, so you just click there. You just click the query wizard. You just click the query wizard. Where is the query wizard? Okay. Okay, the query wizard is here. So you will find this dialog box, and we will select that simple query wizard, and then we put OK. And then we will see that the course info, but first we have to choose something from student info. So that field, I mean, how many field and what type of field you are going to take, it's depend on your situation, in fact, and depend on your case, in fact, and it's depend on your need, in fact. For my case, I will tell you that what type of or how many fields or what fields you need to take. So for this time, I'm taking the student ID, first name, last name, and say nothing else. And then I change the view. I change the view to the course info. And from the course info, I'm taking the course ID and the course name, and then the payment info, payment ID, student ID and course ID I already choose, so I'm not choosing this one. I'm taking amount paid, status, due amount, and payment type, these four. So I'm pick this 1, 2, 3, 4. Next, nothing will be changed, all default. Next, and then you can write the query maybe by month, okay, or maybe you can write student payment query, student payment query, okay, August, you can find out. Finish, done. You see that the query icon is appear here, okay, and this is your query wizard, in fact. Okay, now actually why? Because here you see that this information are come from or came from the student information table. These two fields came from the course information table, and rest of the fields came from like payment information table. So it's a unique data. It's not a the data or the information we already saw in case of the table, in fact, or files. So table, actually this means the file, and that is the query, in fact. And then we can run many things, in fact, using the query. Like here you see that the 0, 1. So we can delete them by using the filter from here. So we can just select all, but except the 0, okay? And you can do it in this way. Or maybe you can do like if someone is asking that how many students paying by credit card. So so you can, what you can do by using the filter, you can unselect the all, select all, and then you just unselect, okay, unselect it, and then first you put like that Amex credit card, Visa credit card, and Master credit card. So you can check that how many of the person paid by credit card. Okay, so you can check it. You can check it by this way. But there is other way. This is a filter option, but you can do the same thing using this tab. Okay, design view. Like a payment type. If I write cash and then hit enter, you will automatically find it takes the inverted comma. And once you find the inverted comma, you have to find something called run. And if you run it, you will find it here. Okay, you can see that who paid by cash, in fact. And you can easily go back to your original file, just deleting that option. Okay, and that's the one options, in fact. And then you can see that the due amount, because I want that I relieve this data from my data set, because I'm going to get a report. So that is student who paid the full pay, I have no concern with them. So I want to delete them from this data set. So what I need to do, that I can write the greater than O, or greater than 0, in fact, due amount. And if I run, I can find out them, or I can get rid of them. Okay, but I can use the different format. I can use like greater than, say, equal 500. So therefore, anyone greater than and equal 500, you see that 500 or less than 500 will be deleted from the list, in fact. So that is the other command. You can write greater than equal 500, or if I write greater than equal 600, you will see that I had 500 data. So that data will also go away. You see that there is no 500 data. Okay, it's more than 500 data. So that's the one issues. So that is called the design view. So here I'm just putting that greater than 0. So I need to, because I have very few data, so I need to get back all my old data. So that is the one query. Second thing is, like, if I want to add more fields in these existing queries, in fact, what we can do, definitely we can create a new query, but that's we are not going to do, in fact. Sometimes we do, but for this case, I'm not going to do that. And also that payment ID, I do not need it. Okay, say that I do not need the payment ID. So if I do not need the payment ID, what I can do, that I can go for the design view and just withdraw the tick marks from the payment ID and run. Here you see that payment ID will be dropped. So in that way, you can manipulate your table, in fact. Say that I want to get rid of this amount status. I can do it very easily. I can withdraw this click from amount status and run. I can get my table shorter, in fact. But say that I want to add something, because say that I want to add the student addresses. Okay, means I do not have the address, but I have their district, but which is not here because I didn't pick the this student ID, sorry, student district or addresses whenever I run my query, in fact. But I want to take it. So what I can do, I can go to the design view and put my cursor there, because it is the field level. Here you see that is the field level. And then I can find the field from this drop down list, or maybe I can find it from this table menu. So I know that the address in the student table, so I can pick the student table, and thereafter I can go to the upper cell and can find that city from the drop down menu. So this is the two way. You can do it from this way, or there is other way, very simple. If you see that your field is showing up at the upper portion. So what you need to do, you just place your cursor and the empty cell, not here because you have all the data, not here because you have all the data, because you can easily go at your right. Okay, so there is no problem at all. So what you need to do, you keep your cursor there, and then just click city, double click the city. So once you double click the city, you will find that city is actually added there. Very easy. And then you run. City is added there, but it may not looks better. Hot. It may not look better. Okay, so there is a no synchronize. So what you need to do, you just find this option here. Okay, here you see that some icon actually appear right now. Once again, I'm trying it out for you. Here you see that icon, and when you see this icon, you just hold this icon and release it while you need it, in fact. So I'm releasing it before student ID, and therefore I can see that the student, sorry, course ID, student ID, first name, last name, city, course ID, course name, amount paid, and you can make some space here, no problem. Okay, so, and this is how you can add the existing, add new field to the existing query without doing or running that query, in fact. And that's the one important point. Now we are going to learn something called calculated field. Okay, we're going to run something calculated field. So calculated field say that there are students who didn't pay, so we are going to punish them, or say that we are going to give a little penalty for them. Thank you. 40 seconds. I know I'm at my hot water. Yeah. Sorry. So we are going to apply some penalty, in fact. Okay. And so say that we are going to impose 10% of the penalty. So what equivalent to 10%, you know? Let's have the calculation, in fact. So that is the design view. We need to switch to the design view. And then you need to find the empty space, empty cell, in fact. And then, can you mute yourself, please? Can you mute? Okay, thank you. So then you place the cell there and find the builder option. That is called the builder option. Okay, so this is the builder option. Sorry. And you have to click the builder option here. Once you click the builder option, you know that we are going to impose a penalty on the due amount. So you need to double click on the due amount. Once you double click the due amount will be appear at the top box or upper box. And then you have to put shift 8 means multiplication. Shift 8 means multiplication. Now I said that it is a 10%. So I cannot put the 10%, in fact. So I cannot put the 10%. So 10% means what?
0.1.
One. Okay, fine. So or we can write that 0.01, whatever. And if it's a 5%, then it is on it 0.05. 0.05. Yes. Remember these issues, in fact. Sometimes we know it's very easy for us, but sometimes we made the mistake. So we need to put or 0.10 or 0.1. That's fine. Okay. And here you find a new field, in fact. And very careful, you do not touch after the colon, because the colon is expression. Starting from the colon, it is expression. And this expression you can rewrite, because you have to, and this is the field. And remember, there will be no space between the two words like due amount or payment type. And this will be that late fee. Okay, this will be late fee, and this will be late fee. I'm not touching the colon, but I'm writing late fee here, and then I run. And once I run, I will find the late fee here added in my field. And then I can go for the another one, because we need to ask the student that how much you are going to pay. Actually, students are going to pay a total of something which is summation of late fee, these cells plus this cell, right? That will be the total payment for each student. So we need to calculate the total payment for each student. It should be like this value plus that value. Okay, so you need to add the total payment for each student. And therefore we need to go to the view once again, design view, and find a field, and need to run the builder once again. And this time we need to add the due amount, shift plus, and the late fee. But we cannot see the late fee here. Why? Because we didn't save the file in the last stage. Okay, you need to refresh the file or need to save the file. Okay, otherwise the late fee will not showing up or will not be shown up in our dialog box. So what I need to do, so we save Ctrl S, and if you go back to the design view, run the process once again, you will find that due amount, Ctrl plus, and then you see that total late fee, sorry, late fee, double click. Okay, and this time we are going to put TP or total payment for each student. Okay, then run. Please save it, and therefore you will find the total payment as well. So right now you can know that how much money Mr. Abdul Rahim is going to pay. So this is the student number 1, and he has no other due, but student number 103, actually 105, he has multiple due in fact. Okay, so therefore once you do that, we will do something little extra. So that is like this row or this rows actually says that total payment for each student, but how much total money you are going to get as a university in fact. And therefore we need to place the cursor in the last row, because that is the last row. Okay, and once you select the last row, you need to find something called the total. Here is the total. So you just click the total, and once you click the total, you will see a new layer will be added here. A new row will be added here. So just click the total. Okay, that's a weird thing in fact, total, and a new row is added there. And from here, from the drop down menu, you can add whatever you want. If you want like total number, so you can add the sum. If you need the count, you can see the count. If you need the average, you can see the average or mean. If you need the maximum, you can see the maximum. We need the sum, so you can put the sum. So I'm saying that as a university, we are going to get 11,800 taka as a due payment and only 1,180 taka as a late fee. So this is in total of 12,980 taka. So that's we are going to get. So therefore we can save that query and our function is finished. Okay. And once we finish the query, we can do something extra, like say that I need to inform each and every student about their payment. I need to send the SMS or send the email or send the letter. So right now I'm going to write a single letter, and that is called the word merge. And you can easily find the word merge in the external data. Whenever your query is open, you will see that your word merge is active. But if there is a no query, you will not see that your word merge active. Right now your word merge is active. So you can directly go to the word merge. What is the function of the word merge? Actually say that we have 7 data or 7 records in fact, but we are not going to write the 7 letter individually. Or say that you have thousands of students or 5,000 students or in our university, we are not going to write 5,000 letter individually for our student in fact, because that's not possible or feasible in fact. So we are going to write a single letter, but it can dynamically create a 5,000 letter. So what I need to do, I need to just put the word merge. I need to hit the word merge. Okay, you can do that word merge, but sometimes you can find that if you have a multiple queries run, so it would be a little bit difficult. So in that case, what you need to do, you need to shut down all your queries and need to open only the single query from which you want to create this word merge. Be careful about this. So if you have a multiple query here, it might have, because you just prepare the database and you have to run the query multiple times. So you will see that multiple queries in your left window. So in that case, you need to check that which query you are going to use for making this word merge. So in that case, you need to shut down all the query, and the respected or concerned query you have to open in your workspace. Or say that I have I do not have anything in my workspace. I have so many queries. So what I can do, I can just keep my cursor on the concerned or expected query, and then I can right click. Okay, once again I'm showing you, I just select the particular query and then right click. I can see the export button, and then I can see that word merge here. Okay, so I can do it in both ways. Okay, I can do it in both ways. I can select this from here, or from this export button. Word merge. Actually, once you see that word merge, you will find a dialog box. Link your data to the existing Word document. I do not have any Word document. So I'm going to create a new Word document here. So I'm going to select the second one and then OK. Once I hit OK, a new Word document will be created. So it will take a little bit time because I just installed my Word, Microsoft Office this afternoon. So okay, it's fine. So therefore, here you see that a new dialog box is appear. Actually, Word file, and that you will find at the bottom. So you just click there and make it bigger. Here, the two important part. The first important part is how many steps, in fact, and what you want to do. So I'm going to write a letter, in fact. So I'm select the letter. But if you are going to do or choose some other option, you can definitely choose from here. The second important point is like steps. There are 6 steps. Actually, I'm not touching any steps. In fact, I write all my letter, complete my function, and then we go one after another. Okay. And thereafter, the most important part is the insert merge. That is the most important part. The insert merge is all the fields that you choose in case of your query, you will find here. Any field that you didn't pick for your query, you will not see. Like we didn't take gender, so you will not find gender here, in fact. So very, very important. You need to insert all your relevant and important fields in your query if you want to write the word merge. If you do not have any particular field during your query, but you need it for your word merge, so I recommend you include that field in your query beforehand you go for this word merge, in fact. So right now I have all the relevant and important field that I need for my word merge. So I can start typing the letter. So date. So I'm just trying to writing a very short letter. So 28th of August, okay, 2020. Then particularly we write to, or yes, to of the first name. And I put the first name from here. Actually, this is the tag. Okay, these things we type, but for this, I'm not typing. I'm just clicking it down to this worksheet. So click one, short first name, make a space, then put the last name, then put the enter, put that city, or if you have the other information. Okay, then I can write the subjects about the course payment. Okay, then I can write dear Mr. or what do you say, Miss. Normally we ask by last name for here, family name. Okay, last name, comma, right. And here I writing the student ID. I type the student ID. So therefore the student can identify themselves rightly. Here I type the student ID, but this student ID I'm putting from the upper hand or the upper, insert merge field. So I feel this is the insert merge field. Okay, but I type those student ID. Okay, because whatever I type, it will be static. But whatever I put from this insert merge field, it will be dynamic. Dynamic means it can change based on the data. But whatever I write or I type, that will not change. That is a static, in fact. Okay, so then I can write your course due. Okay, it's not a right sentence. Your due for the course. Okay, I write the course, but I'm not writing. I'm just actually putting the course ID, and therefore the student can identify the course ID. Okay, course ID. Okay, and then I can put the course name if I want. So your due for the course ID and course name is due amount there, BDT Bangladeshi Taka dot, in that case due amount, and late fee is BDT late fee. Okay, therefore you are requested to pay a total of BDT. This time I insert total payment by say 25th of August. Okay, 2020. So we're writing yours sincerely. What about my typing? ABC or something. So that will be my type. But remember, these are the tags, in fact, or field. I did not type it. Okay, I cannot type it, in fact. So these red are that actually the tag. It will change dynamically. That's the tag. And when it will change? It will change whenever we change the steps. So we see that we had 6 stages, or we had 6 steps. We already see here. So you can just click and go to the 4th number stage. And once you go to the 4th number stage, it will say that preview the letter. And once you hit this preview the letter like 5th number stage, your tag information will be changed. So you try to see here, when you preview, you see that it automatically changed the number. Abdul Rahim from Rangpur, in fact. Okay, my friends and colleague actually, whatever. So here you see that you can see the name is dynamically changed. And so far I had 7 records. So this is the first record. You see the number 1. So if you just click here, you will see the second record, and it automatically changed. Mr. Mamun from Kumilla. Okay, Sanjida Khatun from Borishal. And here you see that Tipon Shikdar from Dhaka. So that information is automatically changed. And that's the beauty of this word merge. Okay, but if you think that everything is finished, you can click that complete the merge. Okay, and complete the merge means you can go for printing. But I recommend you, before you go to printing, you should hit that edit individual letter. Means that you might want to change a little bit in each letter, and that you can do after you find this edit individual letter. Because if you change something in here, like if I write something in 2 here, that will actually change every the spelling will be changed for every letter. Here you see every letter. But if I write if I really want to change something individually, rather than going for printing, we need to click the edit individual letter, and you can hit the all, and therefore you will find the other file. Here you see I have 2 files. Okay, the previous file was this. It looks something like that, but the new file is something look like this. It's completely a Word file. And you can scroll down and you can check all your records. And it is ready to print. But say that I want to change here the Shikdar. Okay, I write Mr. Shikdar. So it will not impact the other letter. So I change here, but it doesn't change anything here, in fact. But for that letter, I'll put the Miss Khatun. Okay, Mr. Hawk is an individual Saima Hawk, so it's not like that. So it's like if I know the gender, if I do not know the gender, then Shikdar. So that is the individual changes, in fact. Okay, so that is the individual change, and individual change won't affect you. Individual change won't affect you, won't affect the other one. And then you can just go for printing, You can go and you can go for printing, in fact. Okay, that's it. So there is the word merge. So I'm just clicking down. I do not want to save it. So I'm just don't save it. That's fine. Then second thing we are going to learn that is like how to create a form. So first you need to go to the create tab, and then you need to find a form, and that is the form wizard. And why do you need the form? Because we need the form to input the data. Most important part, remember, we use form to input the data because you created the database, but many other people can use the database. And once the people actually using the database, they will use the form, in fact. Like if you go to any hospitals or any hotel, they're asking you to fill out your information in a hard copy form. So once you fill out this information, the customer relationship officer putting those information into the computer system. So the hard copy form and the computer related form is looking something similar, in fact. And so therefore we need to create the form so that we can easily put information to our database, in fact. So how can we create the form? We can create the form very easily, form wizard. And then you can find the query. So, but query, we cannot use the query right now. We can use that table, in fact, particularly the student information, because we are going to create the student information form. So actually we need all the information. So therefore rather than clicking there, I am clicking here, in fact. Okay, I'm just clicking here and all information is there. Next, there are 3 forms, 4 ways, but I can pick columnar or I can pick the tabular. Say I pick the tabular for this time. But if you put columnar, no problem. You can pick the columnar. Okay, pick the columnar. Next, and write down the name. So it is called the student form. Finish. You will find a form here. Okay, you will find a form here, and here you see that you will take this information. We had 6 students, so therefore you are seeing that one and every student. So you can check the student like this. You can click here and you can find each and every student, or you can go up or you can go down. Okay, but most importantly, whenever you're trying to add the new information, very important, you need to find something here. Okay, because you might have more than 10,000 students already enrolled for your university. So therefore you cannot go one after another. So best thing is you just click here, and once you click here, it will open a blank form for you. I had 6 students, and once I click here, there will see that the number 7 student. So I can write 107. I can use my tab and I can write the name of the new student, like okay, say that Murad Khan. So, and age said 22, gender male, phone number said something like that. Okay, didn't change the phone number. Actually, I need to change the phone number category, in fact, and say that city is Tangail. Okay, then I need to hit once again new blank records, or maybe I can save it. I need to check that whether it is updated to the customer information. Sorry, student information. Why it is the customer information? This should be actually course information. Yes, actually maybe I change it for some reason. That should be the course information. Maybe I changed for some reason, and then I forgot to get it back. So what I said that I need to open the student information. I need to check that whether it's added there. Yes, here you see that information actually added here. Okay, that's the important part. And then sometimes it's happening like if you put 108 and if you put the other student like Falguni Mojumdar, 21, female. Phone number I don't know, say. Hometown is, say, Kushtia. Okay, and then you put the blank, save it there, and you will not see anything here. Okay, and that's, remember, sometimes it happens, student becomes so frustrated because they put the student ID and save it, but it is not appear here. Actually, this is very simple case. If you just, right now, your student table was open whenever you insert the information. If you just refresh it, like you just close the table and open the table once again, you will see that the new information. So just what you have to do, just run this, refresh your table, you will find that information. So that's it, in fact, for student data. And what else you can do? Like after you find out those information is there, that means your form is working. So this is the one criteria you finish. The next criteria that you need to do, that you need to run, do some designing, in fact. And for designing, if you click the view tab, you will find the two view. You can either design your form in the layout view or the design view. If you see the design view, you will see something like that, and people can easily use it. They love it. Some people easily use it. But if you find it difficult, you can go for the layout view and you can change something here, in fact. Like particularly, you can go to the design, find a particular theme for your, say that for your form. You can add the logo, okay, or title. So you can pick this, okay, or sorry, Control Z, or maybe you can do little change, the font color or the color scheme, okay. And then if you go here, like Home tab, you can make it, you can change the font size, or maybe you can change the color, or maybe you can put pink. It's a very bad color. My designing sense is so bad. So you pick yourself, you try it out, okay. My designing sense is not good, actually. And then you can make the student ID space, because that I want, because it doesn't look good in your form, because you are going to input the form, right? So therefore, I'm just showing you for saving my time, in fact, but you can try out different option for the designing, okay. It's a weird design I'm doing, I know. It's one of the worst design I have ever made. Whatever. So just you can apply different logics and different designing. Okay, you can put that border of this text. There are so many things you can do it through this through your form, in fact. And that's how you can design it using the design tab and using the Home tab. You can change your designing, in fact. And if you do not like my design, don't laugh, please, but you can do it yourself, okay. And I do not like this form, so therefore I discard the form. I'm not saving it, but you can find it here, okay. The raw form, you can find it here, no problem. And then the last topics we are going to cover is like report. Actually, once you have the query, then the making report is easier, because you can make your reports from your query, or from your whatever I'm saying, that from your table. So first you need to find the report wizard, and there you will find this dialog box. So you can pick the particular field from your table, but this time I'm not doing that. I want to save the time, so therefore I'm picking something from the query. And so once I run the query, that information should be here, but I do not see any field there. So maybe there is some problem. I don't know. I need to find it out. Okay, let's see whether my query is good. Yes, my query is good. So therefore, I find out the report once again. And this time I find out all the query information is there. So this time I pick student ID, first name, last name. I can pick the course name probably. And I'm not taking the other information. I'm taking that late fee, due amount, maybe late fee, and then total payment. Okay, next. There is the student info is selected, and therefore student information will become at the top, and that's the right way, in fact. Okay, so you can pick this one on the top. If you want to change, you can change it, but I prefer student information at the top, so it's make the default. Next, everything should fine here, look fine, look fine. Well, there is a layout. It's depend on you. So whether you are going to insert this in your data file or what file, whether it is a portrait mode or the landscape mode. Right now I picked the portrait mode, no problem. There are different layout. If you select step, you will see something like that. You can choose the block or outline. Actually, I prefer step. So I can pick the step here. Next. So this is a payment in records. Okay. So our reports, payment reports. I can write the name of the August, so I can remember. Finish. And same thing here. Here you see something we cannot see here. It's fine because we are the printing mode, in fact, printing option. So before you print your reports, you need to do little adjustment. And therefore, I'm just hitting this close print preview. So once I close this print preview, I will find something very heavy. So that would be a little difficult for some of you. So therefore, I find something in the layout view. And then in the layout view, I make a little adjustment. First, I will go for the design and pick my theme. This time I pick this theme. And then I can find a font color. So I can find a font color, or maybe I can find the violet, and I can pick the my font. My favorite font is this TW Cent MT. So I pick this. Maybe you can write in MS Word, no problem. Whatever you like, no problem. Then I do a little change here, make it little bold so that it can easily appear. Even I can change the color. I can make it little dark so it can easily seen. And then I will do little adjustment because my student ID cannot be seen very well. So therefore I can put this first name here and drag all these there and make some little space there. Okay. And so I can put the space and hope that that will be bold so I can see it well. And then I can drag it there a little bit at the left side, putting that student info there. Okay. Make it bold, course ID, putting a space there, drag to the left, a bit left, and then drag it here. Okay. Okay, and then drag it there. Maybe I can drag it a little bit further. Bold, bold, bold. It cannot seen well, so I can change the font size and font color. So it can appear very easily, in fact. And I can hold this up. Okay. And then drag it. The last font, last two is let fee. Put it down there. Color change, bold. Drag it. And the last one, actually, I put portrait mode, and that's why it's look like this. But if I put the horizontal mode, then nothing will be problem. And this is because we do not have the space. So if you make the space, you can easily find it out. So that's almost my report is prepared. Then I need to paste this report in my Word document. So what I can do, say that I have already opened a Word document. Say this is my Word document. I do not know this name of this Word document, right? Yes. Actually, this is my practice Word document. Many of my YouTube videos based on this this one. Say that I going to put here that Word document. So no, not this one. I'm just closing it because I do not need it. So MS Access. This time I will find the external data. Definitely this time I'm going to go for export, not the import. Import means something you bring into the access file, and export means something you send to that file from the access file. So I will pick this one, and I can do it. I can paste it to the Excel file, okay, or I can directly find it in the Word file. So if you go to the Word file, you can find the Word file here, browse, desktop. Okay, that file is not appear because that is the RTF file, so it will create a new file, no problem. So let's see that while it's download, let's make it the desktop, then we can see very easily. Okay, so we see that a new file is appear here. So my existing file is there, and why is the new file? Don't disturb me. Here is the new file. Here is the new file. Okay, so if you select it and if you just click this button, you will find all the border. Okay, and then you can copy it and can insert in your page. Okay, in your reports. Or other way, you can export it to the Excel file. Say that a new Excel. Say the desktop. Okay, fresh. Okay, and you see that Excel file is created. Why you put the Excel file? Because you can do little exercise. Oh, that is the unselected. That is the other problem, but no way. We can increase the font size, 12. Okay, and maybe we choose something else. TW send. Make the font size 12. A little bit bold. It's not working. No matter. All border. But this color is not okay. It's because that.
Sir, maybe you can change the font color.
Yes, maybe change the font color. Thank you for your suggestion. What is the color? This, right? Oh, yes. Oh. Your professor is so dumb, you know. Yes, thank you. And then we can select it, right button, copy, and then paste my Word file. But this time we can put the Word file. Okay, but paste special. Use the paste special, or you can click from here, link page. So put the paste special or something, paste link. Okay, something like paste link. Maybe you can put, there is some changes in my settings, in fact. Paste link, HTML, word hyperlink, let's see. Okay, it's look weird, but we can change it by doing this. Okay, and we can make some changes. There is a little change in my Microsoft Office. I need to fix it out. Okay. Okay. Actually, before you paste it here, you need to change this one actually here. Like you need to put something here, and then you can copy. Why I said that paste link? Because paste link is important. If you want to change anything in your Excel file, it can automatically, Control V works very well. It can automatically link your page. So something change in your Excel file, it can automatically change in your Word document. And that's why I prefer paste link, because I have little worry about my changes. Okay. So yeah, so that is the reports in fact. Now the point is, do you have any concern about your work? Okay, so we almost end of the lecture. I opened that recording, but I don't know that the recording works or not. If it is not work, then it will be devastating. Oh, this is working hopefully. Okay. So now we can switch back to you. Okay. If you have any problem, I'm a little disappointed because you have only 15 students, not the many others, all students. That is little disappointing in fact, because I expecting more students to join. I'm gonna stop the recording.